Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Miami-Dade County Mayor adds fuel to rumors of Bam Adebayo dating Aya Wilson. Miami Heat star Bam Adebayo and Las Vegas Aces star Aya Wilson have long been rumored to be dating, and Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela Levine Cava appeared to have some fun with that storyline on Wednesday. 6 South Florida Olympics each received a key to Miami-Dade County on Wednesday in a ceremony, and Adebayo was one of them. Curiously, Wilson was in attendance as a spectator. The mayor seemingly made a playful joke about the situation. It would appear that Wilson went to great lengths to be able to attend the ceremony, as her Aces had a game in Las Vegas against the Chicago Sky on Tuesday night. All Wilson did was drop 30 points, 14 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals and 3 blocks in a win before presumably jumping on a flight to Florida at some point between the end of her game and the beginning of Wednesday's ceremony. It remains unclear if Adebayo and Wilson are in a relationship, but the mayor's comments will certainly add fuel to the fire. If the two basketball stars are indeed dating, perhaps they'll make it public at some point down the road. Adebayo is in the thick of the NBA offseason, but Wilson is preparing for the most important time of the year in the WNBA. The regular season is nearing the finish line, and the playoffs are right around the corner. The Aces haven't been as dominant this season as they were in the 2023 campaign, but they remain in the championship conversation and are looking to win a third straight title. They're 21-12 on the season with 7 games left on their schedule before the playoffs. If Las Vegas goes on a playoff run, perhaps Adebayo will show up and support the squad, something that would certainly add to speculation that he and Wilson are together. Later this fall, Adebayo will get his own season underway with the Heat, where he'll be in search of his first NBA title. He may or may not have a goal of catching up to Wilson, a 2-time WNBA champion. Miami-Dade mayor awkwardly introduces Aya Wilson as guest of Bam Adebayo. Miami-Dade County honored 6 South Florida Olympians on Wednesday. Artistic swimmer Daniela Ramirez, sprinter Twanisha Terry, water polo goalie Ashley Johnson, sailor Sarah Newberry Moore, and judoka Angelica Delgado were all honored. The biggest name at the ceremony was Miami Heat center Bam Adebayo. Unless of course you count Aya Wilson. The 2-time WNBA MVP was also in attendance for the ceremony despite the fact that none of her teammates were involved. She's from South Carolina and plays professionally in Las Vegas. In fact, Wilson had 30 points and 14 rebounds in a home game on Tuesday night. Between that and the fact that the Aces visit the Connecticut Sun on Friday, it's safe to say Wilson made a special trip to Florida for this ceremony. And Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela Levine Cava may have accidentally revealed that while she addressed the crowd. "We also have the Heat in the house," said Levine Cava. "Yeah, we do. We got Bam. He's in the house." The chair is going to get into that a little bit, but we also have a visiting Olympian from out of town. The mayor then checked her papers to find Wilson's name before giving her a special introduction. Aya Wilson. And she won gold in women's basketball. I guess that has something to do with Bam and the Heat being here today. Sure enough, there was Wilson, sitting on the other side of Adebayo's mother. All Wilson could do was shrug and smile, but the damage was already done. The internet had seen enough to confirm relationship rumors that had been swirling since the summer. Whatever the truth is behind Wilson's seemingly random appearance at a civic ceremony hours after she was playing basketball on the other side of the country, congratulations to both Aya Wilson and Bam Adebayo on their gold medals. They are quite a couple of Olympians. Heat trade proposal flips Nikola Jovic for $102 million star. While the top teams of the Eastern Conference got better in the offseason, the Miami Heat lost a key rotation player in Caleb Martin, with franchise star Jimmy Butler getting older and could potentially enter free agency after the season. With these in mind, Grant Hughes of Bleacher Report proposed a trade that would land them a 20-point scorer to add to their core and as insurance if Butler leaves next summer. Miami Heat receive, Kyle Kuzma. Washington Wizards receive, Duncan Robinson, Nikola Jovic, Josh Richardson and a 2030 first-round pick, protected 1-10. Kuzma was the Los Angeles Lakers' fourth to third best player when they beat the Heat in the Orlando bubble for the NBA title in 2020. He's grown a lot as a player after the Lakers sent him to the Washington Wizards in the Russell Westbrook trade in 2021. Kuzma is a demonstrated 20-point scorer with championship experience in his not-so-distant past. Stranded in Washington these past 3 years, he comes with the standard good stats, bad team concerns, but that might also mean the Heat could expect efficiency gains from him in a more functional, talent-rich environment, Hughes wrote. Kuzma is coming off his most productive season as the main star of a lottery team, averaging career highs of 22.2 points on 46.3% shooting and 4.2 assists, while tallying 6.6 rebounds per game. He was a consistent 20-point scorer over the last 2 seasons. He is about to enter the second year of a 4-year declining contract worth up to $102 million. Jovic showed flashes of his potential last season, averaging 7.7 points on 45/40/70 shooting splits with 4.2 rebounds and 2.0 assists across 46 games. In 38 starts last season, the 21-year-old Serbian forward was good for 8.7 points, 4.6 rebounds and 2.1 assists. But Jovic is still years away from realizing his full potential with the Heat in a win-now mode, with Butler turning 35 and 2 NBA Finals loses over the last 4 years. With the Wizards seeking 2 first-round picks for Kuzma, Jovic and the Heat's 2031 protected pick might convince them. Kuzma, 28, could jolt the Heat's offense, as Hughes noted, to compete in the Eastern Conference. A capable self-creator, solid passer, 4.2 assists per game in 2023-24, and good enough catch-and-shoot threat, 35.5% last year, to draw attention, Kuzma could juice the Heat's attack and take over a starting gig from Haywood Highsmith, Jamie Jaquez Jr. or Tyler Herro, depending on what Eric Spoelstra thinks his first unit needs most, Hughes wrote. Hughes also suggested changing the 2031 pick to swap rights in 2026 and 2028 if the Wizards do not like the protection or want a draft capital that can be conveyed earlier. 7 years younger than Butler, Kuzma could also be the Heat's insurance and a leverage play if the 6th-time NBA All-Star decides to opt out of his player option next season to test free agency. A new report suggested the possibility of Butler leaving the Heat after this season. Butler likes Brooklyn, according to sources close to the player, New York Post's Brian Lewis wrote on August 31, suggesting the Nets as the 6-time All-Star's next team. Butler holds a $52.4 million player option for the 2025-26 season but is currently extension eligible and can sign a 1-year, $58.6 million extension tucked into the final year of his current deal or a 2-year, $112.9 million extension that would void the player option, according to ESPN's Bobby Marks. If Butler leaves, a Kuzma-Bam Adebayo Herro trio along with Terry Rozier and Jaquez could sustain the Heat's playoff streak. At worst, the Heat could use Kuzma's team-friendly contract to dangle in a bigger star trade to pair with Adebayo in the post-Butler era. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Kyle Kuzma? Leave your opinion in the comments.